Hey everybody, it's this is the video for day 100 of 100 Days of Drawing and Doing. This is my last video in this series. I'm keeping with the tradition that I started over this past weekend of my video. I did 2 in a row where they went up in the morning, so I figured, hey, I won't keep myself up extra late last night, and I'll just do the video throughout the day today, because I have a lot to talk about, so this is going to be a longer one. Anyways, yeah, I finished the special project, which you'll get to see later in this video. I'm very excited about it. It's not a huge thing or anything, a big deal, but it was something different. It's something I've always wanted to do, and I think it turned out pretty cool. So yeah, also by putting off the video like this, I was able to put it together in a slightly different way, make it a little more, a little easier for everyone on the video to see. So as you can see, that was a short little animation. As I mentioned, I think I mentioned this on the very first part of the video. It was inspired by my sons. They recently have been getting into stop motion animation and having tons of fun with that. And it got me thinking about how I've always wanted to do animation. It's always been, I love animation. It's my favorite form of video entertainment. And I used to dream about being an animator, but it never went down that road. Never had the discipline for it, but with the tools these days and the better mindset, I'm not making a career out of it or anything, obviously, but it's fun. And seeing this little short, I mean, I was pretty impressed with myself. I mean, I know it's very unhumble, obviously, but I was pleased. Obviously there's things I could do better. If I was doing a more full take on that, there'd be a lot more frames. There's a couple things at the end that I feel needed to be fleshed out a little more, because it kind of, when the big guy drops down, it's very abrupt, not as smooth as some of the early stuff. But and I'd have a lot more to learn. But I've got some good books, and I foresee myself noodling around with that some more as time goes on. All right, now let's see what I did over the course of this whole 100 days. So obviously I have done most of my work over the 100 days is here. So I penciled and inked 6 really cool drawings for a future project. I'm very pleased with how they turned out, and it really showed me that I can ink. It used to be something that I really struggled with and wasn't comfortable doing, and I look forward to doing more. I had this sketchbook here, as you can see, is over halfway done. When I started, oh, time's hard work. That's what I used to think when I first started this, but obviously I didn't do that at first. But let's see. So I think I had about 10 pages in here before I actually really started the 100 days, maybe a little more. Here we go. 8/4, day 1. So, from there, a lot of cool stuff. A lot of learning, some experimentation. Not as much as I probably should have. Whoops. Should have done, but oh, there's a cool drawing by my sons. So yeah, a lot of good practice, but more importantly, it was neat to just finally get ideas out of my head. You think so much on stuff. Well, I do at least, but I don't usually take the time to put it on paper, either in writing or in a drawing. And it's lost usually. But now, I've got this big book of sketches, and even if I don't do anything with it now, I might be able to come back to this, be inspired, or have something ready to go for the future. So So that's what I did over 100 days. It's pretty exciting. I am still really surprised at how much I was able to get done. I mean, obviously I could have done more, but I feel like it was a good effort for the doing it on the side with everything else, and I look forward to keeping it up. Actually, it was funny, I almost forgot to draw today. So I'm on day 102. Won't be filming everything from now on. I might post a video up every now and then, but usually when I have something more to show. But it was an interesting feeling. It just occurred to me. I was working on doing these different video things and compiling it all together. And then I was like, oh my gosh, I haven't drawn today. I need to do that so I can keep my number going up. So now that I did 100 days, now I want to do 365. So fortunately, I still have some projects, some things to drive for, so I'm not just doing a random drawing. I ended up doing a random drawing today, and it was kind of tough. I really don't like it. I think I need to try and take a little time every day, kind of think about the sort of stuff I'd like to draw, or else decide I'm going to draw something I'm looking at, because yeah, I just like direction in that respect. Some of the things I learned through this whole process was really the value of just doing a little bit every day, sticking with it, and just slowly letting whatever you do build up. I showed, or maybe I didn't show, I talked about the drawing books I've had in the past, and I have the How to Draw Comics the Marvel Way, and I have tons of other how to draw books and art books, and I've always kept them around, and I used to collect them because I didn't even draw from them a lot. I would just look at them for inspiration and stuff, and I still do to a degree, but there was like a part of me that thought if I had them and I looked at them, or if I collected them, I would just find this magical one that would teach me what I've been waiting to learn, yet I never even put in a lot of work for it either. So I even have books from college that I stuck around because those were my serious learn to draw books. I had one from an author called Nicolaides. It was a very good book and good program that I went through at school, but I kept it around. I kept thinking, someday when I have more time or when I'm more serious, I'll go through and do what he calls for, which is drawing like 3 to 5 hours a day. I mean, it's a job, which makes sense if you're in school and that's all you're doing. You should put in that kind of time. And I would love to put in that kind of time now. But I kept this book thinking that I was going to find some sort of technique or thing, when really what it comes down to is you have to do it. So with anything that I want to get better at, with anything you want to get better at, just start doing it, keep doing it, practice a little bit every day, even if it's just 30 minutes or less. I don't even know if I'll do up to 30 minutes a day from now on. I hope so, because 10 minutes is good and everything because I'm doing something, but it's pretty reasonable that I should be able to draw for half an hour still. But just keep it up. So I'm getting rid of that book. I'm getting rid of a lot of the other ones. I'm keeping a couple around because I just like some of the drawings and they're fun, and I think my kids, it might help inspire my kids to start drawing more, or maybe they'll find something, get it out of it. But I'm not collecting those anymore. I'm gonna spend that time and energy of buying these books and thinking about using them, and instead I'm just gonna draw and create stuff. So another thing I really liked about this whole process was the accountability and just getting to do these videos. It helped me conquer a fear, and it's kind of fun. So I have something to show for it besides my drawings. So that was great. Alright, thanks to everybody for watching over these 100 days, and everybody who picked up a Nemoto t-shirt. I will probably be a while before I post a video again, but stay on here, subscribe, and see you then.